You dream of passive income so you never have to work again, or you already started some kind of small side business in order to achieve passive income. This video is for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you why passive income will not set you free and how to be rich and free. In this time, nearly everybody I'm talking to is searching for a kind of way to attain passive income in order to work less and to be free. Because the idea is that once you attain this passive income, you are free. You can do whatever you want during the day and you live that free life. And now everybody's concerned about how to gain that passive income, but nobody is talking about the fact that passive income will not set you free. It's impossible. And you are running for all these years in order to attain this passive income, but once you get there, you realize that that's not freedom and that's not richness. If you're looking for a passive income, I can understand you very well. I'm not saying that's a bad idea to look for passive income, because I can understand that. We are working so much, actually we are doing that much that we have that feeling that we want to do less, and in order to live, of course, we need money because we have fixed costs, and to live costs money. So we need money. And that's why we think that passive income will bring us that freedom to live but not to work. So having that time for doing whatever we want to do, but still having the money for that. So in theory, it sounds like a very good idea to attain passive income in order to live that freedom, but actually it doesn't work like this. Because if you have a closer look, and I talk to so many people about that, because everything is becoming more expensive and we have that feeling that we need more money to live, but also at the same time we feel that we need some kind of rest, or we need some space to do whatever we want to do. Because of that prices that are becoming higher and higher, we have to work more and more, and the more we work, the more we have that feeling that we need more free time to do whatever we are enjoying to do. And then there are these people everywhere, also here on YouTube, that are telling you how to gain passive income and live that dream, that free life. But in the first place, what you're not thinking about is that first, these people are gaining income by telling you how to gain income. So that's the first point for me. But even if you don't think about this and it's really helpful what they are telling you and it's working, even then we forget that in order to attain passive income we have to work a lot. So I never met one single person that is getting passive income just from nowhere. So actually it's a lot of work to come there to get passive income, and this is what we forget. So it's not passive income. For me, it's a fake name. It's not passive. It's very active. It's in addition to your normal job that you are doing right now. And then after a while, maybe if everything works out, and I guess in so many cases it doesn't work, but even if you are that person where it works, then it might become passive, but it seems passive. But actually, in the beginning, you did a lot for attaining that passive income. So it's not really passive, it's a fake name. Most of us don't want to attain passive income because of the money in itself. Because the money in itself somehow has no value until you buy something from it. So we have that idea to do something with that money that will give us that life that we dream of. Or at least we want to gain this money in order to live, to eat, to pay rent, and have freedom to live and do whatever we want to do during the day. So actually, if you think about it, what you want from this passive income is freedom. You want that freedom to do every day whatever you want to do and to have that money for doing it. But all that methods that I have seen to attain passive income will not bring you that freedom, because all that methods and ideas include that you are doing something, and in order to keep this running you have to do something during the day for that. So it's not that freedom we are looking for. And even if you think you will come to that point where that business that you are creating in order to get that passive income is kind of like running, at least you have to manage it. So there will never be any point where you don't have anything to do with it and you are completely free during your day, because there are some kind of management to-dos that you have to do. Of course, they might be kind of like less working intense compared to the job that you're doing right now. But also often they include other kind of risks and downsides. So always, if you're having some kind of positive aspect, there comes a negative aspect with it. Life is like this. It's impossible to only have that positive sides of a thing. You will always have that negative parts. They come with that. So whatever kind of business you are creating in order to achieve passive income, it will include some kind of activity, for sure. And also for me, it's not free if you're occupied with that, because you're occupied with that in your mind during your day. And this promise of you will have that freedom is actually not true. It's no freedom. People will promise you everything to sell their stuff. They will tell you that it's stable income and everything that you want to hear, but it's not true. What they want is they want to sell something, they want to gain something out of sharing that with you, and you will realize that what they told you is not the truth. So you will run for years to attain that passive income, and when you will come to that point and you have that passive income, you will realize that it's not free, and you will not have that free life where you can do whatever you want during your day. Because there are always dependencies. There will always be something to do in order to keep it running. So everything that these people are promising you will not fulfill your wish of living that free life. I want to share with you my honest experience on freedom, and that is that there is not existing freedom in the outside world. It's impossible. The only freedom that you can find is within you, and that's the ultimate freedom. Inner richness will lead to outer richness, And that richness can have so many forms. But to become rich with passive income is an illusion. You might have all that material stuff and everything, but in my experience, it will not make you happy, it will not make you free if you don't have that inner richness. You will not live a life that feels rich, that feels free, and that feels fulfilling. Chances are that if you keep running in order to attain passive income, and most of us, they do it like a kind of additional work, you will be tired, you will run into a burnout, because then you're not only doing your normal work, in addition you will also do an additional work that might be not working because people are promised you something that will not happen, or it might work but then you will feel more worse because you feel more tired, more exhausted, and you will not gain anything out of it. You will be kind of like in that burnout, depressed state because you run even more for a longer time, and you will have less time to enjoy your life. So what you are looking for right now to do what you want to do during your day will not happen. In contrary, you will have less time to enjoy whatever you enjoy in your life, because you have that separate goal that you also want to achieve, and it needs attention, it needs time where you work on that. So you will run in the opposite direction, realizing that now you are really depressed because you couldn't reach there, or you are really exhausted because you worked even more to attain that, and you will not gain freedom out of that. So in order to live free to do whatever you want to do during your day, you have to give yourself time to do that right now. I know that the mind has that idea that you can allow yourself to do that only if you have that income. I know that it seems very comfortable, but if you never take that risk and do it now, you will never arrive there. And even if you arrive there, you are more exhausted, more tired, and you will have no energy to do whatever you want to do. And mostly everybody in our society at this time is working too much, in my impression. And that's why we're having that feeling of we want to do nothing, we want to do something that we enjoy, because all the day we spend time with working activities that we don't like. We do them just because of the money. And that's why we have that feeling of we want that passive income to do what we enjoy. But actually the key for me is to stop doing what you're not enjoying right now, to take a break, to go into that risk, to dive into that fears that are coming up if you're doing that. And you will see, if you risk to go into that nothingness, even if you're not having that safety, that security, you become very open and receptive. And my experience is that if we allow ourselves to dive into that nothingness, into that risk, into that dark space where you don't know what will happen, we attract new things into our lives. We gain so much power, so much energy, and we have that power then to start a new life that is free, where we attract things into our life that we enjoy. And it's possible to work on something that we enjoy and gain money with that. If we are kind of like working like slaves all our lives in a job that we don't enjoy, we think that it's only possible to earn money with things that we are not enjoying, but we do them for the money. But it's kind of like a mindset that we have to watch and step out of that mindset, because there are other possibilities. It's only because you are used to that idea that you think that's the only way. And that idea is leading you to that next idea and goal, that you think that you can achieve freedom by having passive income. But it's all an idea in your mind, and it's kind of like a trap for me, because in order to achieve that passive income, you will do other activities and working stuff that you're not enjoying in order to come there. And you always have that illusion of someday, somewhere in the future, you will reach there. And you were running and running and running, but actually you will never come there. And you will always doing stuff that you are not enjoying. So step out of that trap by just stopping, watch your mind, and allow yourself to do nothing right now or every day for some minutes. It doesn't have to be a whole day in the beginning, but if you pay attention to that, you can be kind to yourself and give yourself time during your day for that, just to dive into that nothingness. And it's not a doing, it's kind of like a non-doing, because you're not doing anything at all. And then you see whatever happens inside of you, what changes it will bring in your life. My experience is it's very powerful. There will happen a lot if you're really diving into that and really give yourself some kind of space. It can be minutes in the beginning. Not doing anything at all. Being open and receptive for whatever comes to you. Then so many things are changing in your life. And maybe you don't have that feeling anymore of attaining something. And that's real freedom. That freedom comes from the inside, and that will manifest in your outside world. And there will be so many things changing without your active doing. It's a happening. It's somehow happening, but you're not hustling doing that. And that feels so comfortable. It changes everything, how you live, how you feel. That is a richness that comes from the inside, that is manifesting in the outside world. Stepping out of the mind and getting some distance to the mind is freeing. And that's real freedom. That's a kind of freedom that you cannot attain in the outside world. It's impossible. And if you want to get that taste of it, that feeling, you have to allow yourself to dive into that nothingness. And actually, it's very simple. It's for free. And you don't have to attain anything for doing it. I know everybody has some minutes during the day where it's possible to dive into that. If you're watching what you're doing during your day, there are many things that are not absolutely necessary, and you can use that time to just do nothing. For example, if you're reading some kind of stuff on social media, you can cut that and do instead nothing, and this will already change a lot. I'm sharing so many different kind of methods and ideas and inspiration on my YouTube channel how to dive into that. So if you want to try this, you don't have to build some kind of passive income for years. You can just do it, try it, and see whatever it brings to you, and experience that freedom that comes from the inside. If you have the feeling that you are working too much and you are tired, in my experience, is the time to rest a bit now. I know that you cannot quit your job because of the money, but at least you can be kind to yourself and make yourself a gift to take some minutes during the day to do nothing if you're tired. If you will keep running for years in order to attain anything, this will not help your inner condition. It's time to rest now, and you will see what it can bring to you if you bring that awareness to that now, in order to think that I'm resting later and now I'm doing all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video could be an inspiration for you to try something different, to get another perspective onto that. I wish you a beautiful day and hope to see you in the next video.